Thank you, Baron. Ugh. To be clear, like, today's gonna be a pretty low effort stream. I was originally planning something a lot higher effort, like higher energy, and then I was just like, no. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I cannot do the high energy right now. But, we're gonna play some Baba, because it's brain brain activity time. It's time for some enrichment in my little enclosure, you know? It's time for the enrichment enclosure. I need my enrichment time, you know, with my little heating lamp. A couple plants in there, some nice ambient humidity going. I may be a frog, but, yeah, exactly, Baron. Like, I cannot do much. And just so I'm, like, being completely clear out front, I've played Baba before. Not finished it, but played Baba before. Specifically on this PC, I have a save file. Sure. I have played before, so don't expect brand new everything. But, I am doing my best. So, we're gonna do Baba today. I think I'm at World 3. That sounds right, World 3. So we're gonna be doing a bit of that today. I might change my mind midway through stream, I don't know. I'm looking at my Steam library and some of these games are a little bit tempting to play. But again, it really just depends on how I'm feeling today. I haven't played some of these games in a hot minute. I don't know why they're still installed. But, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I wanted to just chill for a bit and let people trickle in. It seems that people are sufficiently here, at least for now. So we gonna pause this so that I can get Baba up and running. We're gonna go over here. Is it gonna show up though? That's the question. Perchance. Hey! Yeah. See, I've already got a save file. I don't know where it is. Yeah. See, here we go. This is World 3. So I'll say I've done a little bit. I mean, you can literally see I've finished these two. And this I can't get to yet. So for now, also I want to get to the little island over here. Oh, my mouse is showing up. I want to go to the island that's over here. I want this, whatever it is. I want this. But I'm sure I have to get there from like over here, and I want to do everything in order. So we're gonna start here. I also have a should probably pull Opera over to my second monitor. Just in case I need it. But I do have a like puzzle hint page on my other monitor. So if I ever get like stumped, they have puzzles in increasing like obviousness. So that should be helpful. Okay. What we got going on right now? Box has love, love is defeat. Kiki is you, water is sink. Box is push. It very clearly seems like I can change this. So water is sink, water is not float. There's no way to make something else float, right? Yeah, and that, yeah, okay. So then, okay. First things first, I need a way to get past this water. But how? My first thought is maybe taking this box's push and doing like this. But then I can't do anything here because it's all entirely blocked off. So that doesn't feel correct because that entirely blocks off. Well, no! I'm autistic, Baron. That's where that comes from, okay? It's not a matter if I want to stick to the rules. Instead, I'm autistic and I'd go insane if I didn't stick to the rules. You have to understand. You can't handle the uber instincts of my uber autism. But yeah, love is not push. But again, I need to find a way to get... What if I made box me and pushed Kiki in there? Because Kiki doesn't have love. And I did it differently. So what if I put Kiki here so that Kiki can go on top? So then Kiki destroys that. No, but I need to have Kiki. Right? Hold on. Pause. Pause. So, I'm using my brain here. I never want to get love. Love is a no-no. Because love, also once my mouse is on screen again, I'm sorry. I can use it to like a laser pointer, you know, when you're doing like your PowerPoint presentations. Love will always be defeat and love will always be love. Therefore, I cannot be love, nor will I ever have a use for love. The issue is, because of how far the box has love is, I need 4 tiles. I'll always need 4 tiles. Because if I push that up, sure I can like go around here and say, oh, box doesn't have love anymore. I can say like box is Kiki, but that's not gonna do me any good. Because ideally I need multiple things. Because there's no way to make the physical objects float. This one's like genuinely stopping me for no good reason. So Kiki, box, and love will not float. Therefore, if I put them near water, they will always sink. The issue then becomes, though, what do I do with that information? Because I don't know what to do with that information. Like, what do I do with all these? I am thoroughly perplexed. I think once I figure out the first step, that will help a lot. Because clearly there's no way to make things float, and there's no way to make water not sink. So no matter what, that will happen. No matter what. My gut reaction is to yeah, I have an idea. I just don't know how to execute it at all. But it's the only way I can possibly see this working, right? Is I do want love. In the context of the game, to be clear. I do want love. And specifically, I want the phrases, love has love, and love is push. So that when I'm pushing them across the water, I get an infinite chain of loves. So every time I push it into the water, it destroys the water and creates a new heart. It creates a new love. So I can just keep pushing, and because it's push, I will never touch it, and therefore it's never defeat. But then the issue still remains of assembling those two phrases. Because I only have one spare love here. So likely what I need to do is say, love has love in these 3 tiles. And then say, love is push. That is what I specifically need. But again, that requires getting into this space to begin with. So then the question still remains of how do I get in here? Because I need to preserve a love somehow, but I cannot use the love to get in here because it will block my path. I also can't say love is you because at the time of being able to do that, there will not be a love on screen. Or a love utilizable, I should say, because I could push like the box there, but then I can't get in there. I need a way to get this love out. And on top of that, I have an idea. Hold on. So we're gonna say box is you, first and foremost. And then we're gonna quickly move some things around. Idea here. Bear with me. We're gonna do that real quick. So there's 2 now. Very intentional. It does mean I'm always controlling 2, which womp womp. I did this backwards, hold on. I want them both to be kikis so that they don't spawn a heart. The point is that I have this. So that I can use 1. No, hold on. Because this still puts me in the same situation as before where I don't have both of them. I need both. But how? Let me see, love is also defeat, so it would fail. Yes, correct. But I do think the way to solve this is to use a chain of love has love to push it all the way through. The question is, how do we get in here with both of these? That's the big thing right now. I have the second half solved. I need to get the first half solved. So How do I get in here while preserving my stuff? I don't think this is correct, actually. I don't think having 2 Kikis is correct. Because then I can never make them not Kiki. Because then I can no longer say Kiki is box, because that's going to instantly fail me. So, we're going to go back and change this back into a box. We never want to change these 2. How do I preserve this box? And get inside. Haley, thank you for the first. Hello, hello. We're puzzling today, Haley. Also, if you don't already know the answer, I will allow tips. Like, I will allow communal thinking, you know? Communal thinking is okay. Backseating is not. Yes, puzzle. So, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I have a very solid start. Can't watch because I don't want to get spoiled by Have Fun. Thank you. Epic Scandal, hell yeah. Yeah. For those who are unaware of Baba Is You, since I'm throwing you like into the thick of it, it's honestly kind of similar to programming in a way, which I think is why it makes so much sense to me, because it's logic puzzles, really. Hi tooth, hi kneel, high five eel. It's all key phrases like this. 3-section phrases. So for example, Kiki is you means I am controlling Kiki. Box has love means that if the box is ever destroyed, a love will spawn in its place. Love is defeat means I can't touch the love. Love is love simply means I cannot change the love into something else. Flag is win means you need to touch the win, the flag to win, you know. Texas float is the tricky one. Essentially what that means is that if I push it over water, for example, because water is not floating, it'll just exist there. But since water is sink, if I, who is not floating, try to touch water, I die because I sink. But it does destroy the water in the process. Important thing to note. And then push just means I can push it around. Those are all the important things of this. Also, fun fact, I have a Tamagotchi on my keychain. It's been sitting on my desk now. I got it on Tuesday, right? I turned it on Wednesday. Like, I got my first Tamagotchi on Wednesday. I woke up this morning to find it dead. I killed my Tamagotchi in 2 days. In 2 days, I killed my Tamagotchi. Oops. I'm not a 90s kid, but I did play a lot of Tamagotchi growing up. But yeah, 2 days and it and it died. So my Tamagotchi is just sitting on my desk, almost always at the brink of death. So but I have it and I love it. I wanted one for so long, just to like have on my keychain and occasionally play with. I mean, it's always gonna die. It's always gonna inevitably die. But I've wanted one for so long. Anyways, back to Baba. Like, I will tangent every once in a while about things like that. Like, I love my Tamagotchi. And I remember distinctly though, I had a Tamagotchi. My parents always hated it, to be clear. My parents always hated it because of the incessant beeping. Because as a kid, we didn't know how to turn off the volume. But I loved it. And at one point, my sister, I don't know what spurred this, but she was mad at me for something or upset with me about something. And she busted the button. She busted one of the 3 buttons on my Tamagotchi, which rendered it unplayable because you need all 3 buttons in order to do stuff. You have to have all three. And I was, needless to say, devastated. You see, Baron, it's one of those things where it was, not to like sort of get into like the semantics of society, but it was generally geared towards women as like a preparing for momhood sort of thing, you know? That's what it was. That's why dolls exist and Cabbage Patch Kids and things like that. It was geared toward kids to prepare them for momhood. Specifically towards girls to prepare them for momhood. That's why those types of toys exist, is to try and convince kids that they can be good moms. So, anyways, Baba! Baba! How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? I'm not perpetuating gender roles. I am a staunch dink household enjoyer. Okay? I want a dink household, which for those unaware, dink is an acronym, D-I-N-K, for double income, no kids. I refuse to have kids. I don't want them. The closest thing to a kid I will have is my pet cat and maybe more cats. So, I forgot that I can't push this, but I do not want kids at all. So, I am not perpetuating gender roles. Also, Baron, bold of you to assume I'm a woman. Bold. Bold. Anyways, let me put my lid back on my water. Because I don't like stale water. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I don't like stale water. We haven't told exactly. I don't need to be leeching hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Excuse you. But, Baba. I don't want to use this as an excuse for a yap session, but I do love yapping, you know? So, God, how... I might actually need to check one of the hints, because I have the second half of this. It's just getting the first half, you know? It's just getting the first half. Like, I know I need to use just heart has heart to infinitely push them across the water and carve a path. I know that's what I need to do. I could even say... No, I can't say love is you because of the defeat thing. Never mind. So I could even say love is you and just do it myself. Which also, I think there was a puzzle earlier in this world that did the same thing. Like the same premise. Yeah, like... This one was a matter of, topping to box is you after it's over there. And then turning off the love is melt, and then, oh, box has flag. Like, that was the sort of gimmick of that one. Like, I'm trying to remember which one had it, because I know one of them had it somewhere. Yeah, it was this one that had, like, the infinite chain. But anyways. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. You were more asking about why the popularity of them existed, like why they were toys and things like that. That's where that came from. It's a lot of a marketing campaign of trying to pressure women into having kids. Which, that's how it is. Anyways, I'm gonna look at a hint. Let me see. Let me look at my Baba hint. So we're gonna scroll up. Where am I? Is there like a fast way to check it? No? Cool. I have to scroll until I find ruins. Oh no, this is specifically for that world. Okay, hold on. Ruins. There we go. Am I at ruins? Yes. Yes, I'm at ruins. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Tunnel vision. That's not it. It's this one. Unreachable Shores. It's considered a 2-star? What do you mean it's a 2-star? What do you mean? See the player as a talking to your parent, that's more chores? Yeah. But, okay, what do you mean this is a 2-star? Huh? I'm sorry? What do you mean 2 stars? That's some bullshit. 2-star means like low difficulty, by the way. It scales it from like 1 to 5 stars, the hint website. 1 being easy and 5 being like stupidly hard, and it placed it at 2. The fuck you mean this is a 2-star? Excuse you? Like, huh? I am so beyond confused. What do you mean this is a 2-star? What's your gentle hint? Think back to your solution to Ruins 2. How can you replicate it? Bitch! Bitch, I haven't played this game in a while. Let me go back to fucking Ruins 2, you piece of shit. Enter the box above you, you need to sacrifice either the box or Kiki. Yeah, it's telling me exactly what I said I was going to do, where I just infinitely go. Fishing after stream. I fished before stream, excuse you, but yes, we can fish after stream. Are you lost? Yeah. Enter the box above you, I sacrifice the box of Kiki. Yes, that is entirely correct. You have to sacrifice 1, and if you're going to sacrifice 1, you have to sacrifice Kiki, because sacrificing box will never get you into there because the heart will forever block it. So, right, I can't push Kiki right now. Hold on. So if I have to sacrifice 1, it has to be Kiki. Otherwise, the box will forever lock me out. This has to be what gets sacrificed, if anything. I have to sacrifice something. Goodbye. And now this gets me here. I have an idea, and I don't know if it's going to work at all. Like, I have no clue if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. How would I set it up though? Hold on. I want to do something along the lines of love is Kiki. Kiki has Kiki has heart is you, that sort of thing. Or that love is Kiki, Kiki has heart. That's what it was. So bear with me for a second as I think this through. Hard part is figuring this out because I have an idea. I could do love has Kiki, but that wouldn't work. It has to be Kiki has love. Because the goal is, again, that self-fulfilling cycle, right? No, hold on. Box has love. Love is box. Hold on. But love has to be love, right? Fuck, okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere though. We're getting somewhere though. The thing is... What if instead of this, instead of having love at all, box has box. Box is you. I'm dumb. There we go. That was stupid. That should not have taken me that long. I didn't need it at all. I never needed love. It was just box has box. The solution was always box has box. God damn it. Okay. Well, we did it. Let me move my cursor. Okay. Box is weak. Box has key. Baba is you. Okay. Okay, hold on. Baba is Baba, that's okay. So, the first thing we need to do is guaranteed get a key. We need to somehow get a key. We can do like key and Baba is you. But regardless, we need a way to make a key. Like, step one is creating a key. You saw this puzzle during the ads. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I most certainly did. Guess that means you got a sub. But, I'll go back for a second just so I can like walk you through the solution. Hold on. Yeah, I had like an epiphany, basically. So also you had like our stuff where we were, right? And we had boxes you, and we sacrificed Kiki. All you had to do is box has box. No fancy gymnastics, but box has box and box is you. And then you just walk. You just walk. you just walk through, and that's the entire puzzle. Yeah, it's simple, and it took me too long. It took me too long to figure it out. Anyways, we're here now. We're here now. So, again, we need to make a key. The issue is there can only be one of us at a time, right? And Baba is Baba. There is no making something else. Like, my first thought was like, oh, Baba has key, but key is not you. You know? Like, I can do that. Like, I can say, like, Baba is you and weak. That is a thing that I can do. But then, when I inevitably get key, key is not you. So what I'm thinking is instead we need to do Baba has box, right? Oops, I forgot that I'm still weak. So Baba has box, and then Baba and box is you. You see what I'm gonna get here? Come on. Oh, I'm not weak though. Hold on. Hold on. I need to be weak as well though. And I can't say is you is weak. No, that sentence structure does not work. The structure is incorrect. So. It still does not work. The issue is with the you in front. You cannot say you is weak. It has to be an object, not a descriptor. You in this case is a descriptor. So it has to be an object. Think of it as object, verb, descriptor, right? P, object, is verb, open, descriptor. Yeah, you cannot do weak as you either. Don't think you understand how this works? It's a play on sentence structure, really. So object, verb. This is a conjunction, so it's slightly different, but object, verb, descriptor, like adjective. So Baba, our object, is you being the descriptor. Therefore, Baba is me. Baba, object, has a descriptor box, or verb descriptor box. Means that Baba now is a box, or has a box. So if you do something to Baba to where it destroys Baba, Baba will become a box. There's a lot that it builds on. Like, it starts out really simple with just like Baba is you, flag is win, that sort of thing. Don't tell them I said so. Hey, I do understand. I do understand. I'm just describing it poorly. There's a difference. There's a difference, okay? Anyways. We need a box. We need to have boxes you in some form. So then, okay, hold on. Instead of using and, we do this. Baba has box. Box is you. Baba is you and weak. Now, we do a similar structure, right? We bring this up. Oops. Oops. There. Ah! Hold on. There. Ah! We don't want to be weak right now. Oh, we don't have 2 copies of box. Hold on. You know what? That's okay. Because since we have 2 copies of is, we can make the is weak a standalone. So that'll be ready there for when the time comes. So then we go around here. Box has I need key here though. Hold. So I need this sentence specifically, and it has to all be in a line. And then bring this over here. Box has key, and box is you. And then we can push this to be box is weak. Shit. Shit. I forgot that that happens. Hold on. Where's wall is stop? Wall is stop is behind a wall. Okay, so I can never modify the word wall. Hold on. Hold on. Fuck. Okay. I need the weak ability at all to destroy whatever object I was previously. Basically, I'm using it as a converter. Because since wall is stop, if I try to it doesn't even have to be the wall, honestly. If I try to interact with any background tile, like these guys down here, even the bricks here, if you notice me struggling a bit earlier from that, it destroys whatever object is weak. If it touches another object, it destroys itself. That's the big thing there. So, because of that, right? That is how we use, like that's how we get key. Because obviously we start with Baba and we need to somehow get to key in order to open the door. However, then there's the issue of there's still only one of me. Hold on. No, I can't say key has key. Because there's only one copy of key. Or is there? Hold on. No, hold on. Oh, but it's too exactly. I'm trying to think here. I need a way to create a new key when I open, but the way to do that is saying key has key. Unless the solution is to reverse this. Say key has box and box is you. So then when I destroy myself, I become a box. And since the box is me, I can walk into the goal. Ooh! Ooh! Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. Genius, thank you. I need some water after that one. Let's go. Let's go. Can I play this already? Well, I'm at World 3. I have played it already. I played up to World 3 like months ago. And even before then, back in, I think it was 2021 when I played, maybe early 2022, had the word tooth on it, I think I'd scream. But anyways, I played it back in either 21 or 22. But it was on my ex's Steam account, and so because it was my ex's account, I never actually had my own save file. So when I bought the game for myself, I had to start over. Okay. Baba is you. There's no changing that right now. Box is weak. And I can do shenaniganery. I can't do shenaniganery because this is stuck up here. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you bitch. Okay. So if I ever want to use the word has, I have to push things up here. So if I ever want to do it, I have to do that. Those have to exist. Box has key has to exist. That's the first issue because key is open. But Baba would always be me is another big issue. Then I can do that. Obviously I can say like, oh, key is push and open the door. But that's not gonna work because stuff. What if I do box has key and box and just shimmy all this over? Please hold while I fiddle. Key is push. That didn't work. Oh, right, because key doesn't have anything. Never mind. What if I do that before, though? Like, let me go back to before I made the key. There we go. Just right at the beginning. This way I can make 2 keys. Right? That is gonna happen every turn. And it's gonna just keep making copies. Don't worry about that. But it worked. Was it a little jank? Yes. Oh, that's area clear. Cool. So technically, I can now go other places. But I like full clearing an area. Perilous gang. What the gang doing? What the gang doing? All right, let's see. Ooh, we have ghosts. I know that space is wait. Thank you, game. So wall stop up is you, skull is defeat. I'm sure I need to push these to a specific spot for when the is move time comes, you know? Oop, wrong thing. Hold on. There we go. Obviously I can get you out there. Because skull is only defeat for me. However, there's also... Okay, hold on. Hold on. I need to think. I need to somehow... I know what I'm trying to do. Like, in my brain, I understand what I'm trying to do. The goal is to push this, one of these tiles, either up or down, so that this statement no longer exists. That's the goal, is to make this statement no longer exist. We don't want it to be in effect. So, how do we do that though? You know? How do we make the ghosties do that? Move win on a skull is win. Yes, but here's the issue. These ghosts, if you make them move, I don't know if you noticed, they only move in the direction they were last pushed. So because I last pushed this one up or down, it's moving up or down. If I pushed it to the right, for example, and then did this, it's now moving left and right. So the issue is, because I have to move them out of here, they need to get out, they have to be moving left and right. Like they have to be doing horizontal movement. which then begs the question, how do I make them move vertically? They would need to somehow push each other. That's the big thing. But if they're both moving horizontally, there is no way to do that. Oh, facing sideways? Oh my god. You are so right. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. You are a genius, Baron. And I'm sure you don't at all realize why I'm saying that. But that's genius. Hold on. That is fully intentional because I can have the two ghosts move the phrase is move so that the ghosts then move out of the way. So you go there and you go there and then I just need to slot this into place. I mean, that works too, Baron. And now we wait. Oh, but it's... Shoot, right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I forgot about that part. I forgot about that part. That I need to make sure ghosts move. Different idea. Actually, I don't know if it'll work. Hold on. Yeah, okay. That's what I need to see. Okay. It's definitely that we need to make them move. I need to itch my eye. I hate this feeling of like itchy eye right on my eyelid. Okay. So, moving this would be great. But then it begs the issue of I can't make that always true. The reason this is important is because it'll leave a gap here. But again, the issue is that I need certain phrases to be true. Like, I need Ghost's move and Ghost's push to be true. Which means it has to be in some sort of angular shape like this. Like a little Waluigi, I guess, is the best way to describe that shape. Because if I say Ghost's move, then have them try to move, it'll only work for one. And if I do the opposite, where I say it's Ghost's push, it will no longer be able to push the tiles. Like if I do something like this, it pushes the tiles. But once that's not true, the tiles sort of go right through. I need both statements to be true. So let's say I choose is move to be true. I need to push first. But let's say I got them sort of into position down here, right? essentially, I need to have one pushing here and one pushing like there. Right? Just to prove this point for you real quick. Oh, it is working. Oh. Let me back up for just one moment. Because, these are at the wrong angles. Because, I'm not gonna do this. If I want to make it skull is push or skull is move. Regardless, I can just undo and fix it whenever the time comes. But I need an is to be aligned with push. You know what I mean? Like they need to be... Like I can't have push be here. It has to be this way actually. It has to be move and then push down here. I need an is lined up with the push. Otherwise this statement will never work. You know? What if instead... What if instead... Bear with me for a moment. Oops. Bear with me. They're too high. Hold on. I'll say they've pushed this, but that is fine. You can still move enough things. There we go. We got it. We eventually got there. We eventually got there. GG. Thank you. Alright. Double move. Baba has Kiki. Baba is you. Okay. So... Well, I need to get Kiki to the door. That's first and foremost, because Kiki's open is not going to chain. So therefore, a Kiki needs to be at the door. And then water is defeat is a big thing here. And then is Kiki push? No. Kiki is not push. There is no way to move Kiki besides being Kiki. Which is going to cause issues if that's not already clear. So I'm still gonna do this, but Kiki moves up and down. Okay. Kiki moves up and down. Therefore, this Kiki will never be able to get across. So I need Kiki to also be me. If I do a little bit of this. Right? So I'm gonna do that for a split second. No. Hold on. Yes. This is fine. I think. Because essentially we need to have multiple Kikis. There's no way to say Kiki has Kiki, because we only have one copy of each of those words. We need Kiki to move left and right. The thing is, I want the Kiki is you to be false after this, not the Baba. I can do that. Yes, exactly, Baron. Kiki has to have Baba. Because if Kiki is open, it will destroy the Kiki upon doing that. That's the issue. But the secondary issue that says Andor. The second issue, though, is that in order for Kiki to cross this water, we cannot be Kiki. So we have to somehow get something across here have it because while I'm me, I cannot touch the water, which means something that is not me has to cross the water. So what I'm wondering is what if we do Baba? What if we do Baba? But Baba needs to be one lower before we do that. So bear with me for just one moment. Then they're there. And then now, I move this out of the way. Oops. Now we do it. So now they're gone from there. Now there's a Baba across. Saying Kiki has Baba? Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out still. Hold on. We have something across. That's the important thing right now. Something is across. Something that's not me is across. That's step number 1. And honest to God, my gut reaction is to say Baba is Kiki and then walk Kiki across. But then again, we get the issue of this. If I do this, the game keeps going. Okay. The game will keep going. What happens if I do Kiki is you and Kiki is move? I'm moving double time. Whoa. But once again, I'm stuck. He jumped. That's like a motto, right? Yes. Should. Let's turn that off. Then that begs the question, how do I get across this first one? Project management, so I can check all my is use. Yeah, the question is how do I get you across the first mode? Because moving the double time would get me across. So then is the solution making Kiki is you false temporarily for the sole purpose of making it true later somehow? Does that make any sense? Regardless, I need to move backwards a whole bunch. I need both of these. The thing is, I need to somehow align them to make gotcha, Magnus. Magalore. But, the issue is getting them both across the first time. Honestly, I'm gonna fully reset. Baba has Kiki. That won't destroy the water. You wanna move away from my thing? I got it neat. Oh, you wanna miss in that? Okay. Hold on. I think I do want to keep them separate. Keyword, I think. I'm just gonna reset now. But, we're going to make Kiki is you true. Again. Okay? Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. There. Wait, no. Shoot. I know what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get Kiki across because I had an idea. When I saw that Baba has Kiki, I had an idea. I had an idea. Right? But I don't know how to execute it. And then Is it a code word? It's a code word for I'm thinking out loud. Don't judge how dumb my ideas sound, okay? That's what that's code for. That's what that's code for. It's code for I'm trying to think of a solution and my brain is failing me. How many stars did they rate this one, huh? How many stars? Four stars. Okay, the website has hints for crossing the first river, getting through the door, and crossing the second river. It has hints for all three. What? Oh, I'm not tabbed in. That'll do it. I was like, what? Why is it not? No. There. So. Again, I know what I'm trying to do. No, it doesn't work. Fuck! You need to use mercilessly? I know, don't worry. I've learned. But, also, that is like very on brand for like every millennial British person I've met. Every single one. Every single one. They always, so I had a lot of millennial British friends, specifically in high school, and all of them would mercilessly bully me. I know you're a little older, but even still, the point still stands. Especially with the ones that were like a good amount older than me, because the ones that were my age never did. but the ones that were older would incessantly bully me. Not even bully me, but like just pick at everything. And when I'd inevitably at some point start getting upset, they'd be like, oh, I'm just taking the piss. I'm just taking the piss. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. I've since learned what that means. But yeah, taking the piss does not translate well, but I've since learned. It's basically poking the bear, is what it means. It's poking and prodding at people. Kinda, yeah. It's close enough. It's close enough. But God, yes, exactly, Baron. Exactly. Which, honestly, I need to catch up with my British friend again. My girlfriend texted me asking if I'm streaming. Yes. Well, I shouldn't just ask. She asked 27 minutes ago. Oops. Alright, I was gonna... Because my British friend, I need to catch up with him again. But, we haven't proper spoken, like, at all. Well, thank you, Baron. But, we haven't properly spoken, like, had a conversation, right? Since Halloween. And, I've tried texting them since. Wow, wow. Thank you, Megalore. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But, I messaged him on November 7th. Right. No, for no particular reason, right? No particular reason on November 7th. Just asking, when am I said, and I quote, yo cunt, when are you letting me move in with you so I can leave this fucking country? No particular reason for that date. But, yeah. Also, from growing up, not even growing up, but hanging out with British people from the time I was like, God, 15? Like, from 15 onwards, it's really changed my perception of words, right? I don't know how else to describe this, but I swear a lot. Like the British people I'm friends with. Like the British people. And so I'll just be like, yeah, fucking cunt. Like, I have no shame in saying that, even though in America that's like, ooh, bad, no. But like, I don't care. Anyways, I'm kind of bored of Baba. I'm kind of bored of Baba. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bored of Baba. Just a teensy bit. Just a teensy bit bored of Baba. If that's not evident by my yapping. This is not really a game where I can yap and play at the same time. It is not at all a game where I can yap and play. Because now the desire for a low effort stream is sort of subsiding and the desire to yap is back, right? The desire to yap has returned to me. It's come back in full force. So what we're gonna do, honest to God, we may or may not exit the game, go to just chatting, turn the music back on, right? Turn the music back on. Yep, is you? Exactly! Yeah, exactly, Barney. Exactly. Like, efficient switch. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to yap. So let me Switch to just chatting. Toof is yap. Done. Stream updated. But yeah. So I don't know if my yap is that evident, but essentially what I was trying to get at is oh, I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. I pressed add to queue and it bugged the fuck out. So, guess we're doing this. I'm pressing add to queue and it's playing the video. This is, okay, hold on. We're going back to here. But I am like, I say a lot of words that are more British, right? So, a prime example for me is prick and cunt, right? Those are not really words that you hear in America ever. I'm the only American that I know that says them. But like if I'm playing a game, like Valorant is a prime example. If I'm playing like Valorant with my friends, right? And one of them just knifes me, for example, I'll be like, you fucking prick, kill yourself. Like in a video game. But that's the type of thing that I do. Is I don't know how else to describe it. That's just how it is. That's how it is. I think I felt like it's just not one you ever hear here. Really? I guess saying cunt the way I do is more Australian then. Maybe it's a growing up on the internet thing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Baron. Like, prick is one... I think prick is the UK equivalent of the Australian cunt. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. I feel like that makes sense, right? Right? Like the UK prick, like the way British people say prick is the same way the Australian people say cunt. It is the same. And I just be saying shit. I just be saying shit. You know, I just be saying shit. And I think it's kind of fun and kind of silly. Because who cares about the cultural context of words? I know what I mean when I say them. Actually, don't follow that rule. Don't follow that rule. Don't do that. But, is it more fluent, but it's common in UK now among people? Gotcha. So it is still UK. Yeah. Yeah. I've spent enough time around British people when it comes to just everything. When I was friends with them all through high school, living there. I still forget sometimes that I did in fact live in the UK for a bit. I forget that sometimes, you know? I do forget sometimes that I did in fact used to live in the UK. Which is still insane. Like, yeah, it was study abroad, but it's still living there, you know? It's just batshit. Batshit. And I don't talk to anyone from the UK anymore. Like, anyone that was there when I studied abroad, I don't really speak with any of them. Worth forgetting? That's what I'm saying. I heard someone say it to someone else, you didn't know if it was friendly or aggressive from the tone. Exactly. But like, I kind of feel bad that I'm really horrible at reaching out to people. Oopsies, my bad. But also, I didn't have a whole lot of friends in the UK. I had like 4 or 5 friends. And I've ditched everyone else by a long shot, right? And, what's the word? 3 of them were also international students. none of which from the US. They were all European. And then 2 of them were Scottish. I think one was technically English, but he was studying in Scotland. Yeah, exactly, Baron. Like, one of them I straight up don't talk to anymore because I didn't like his group of friends, so I ghosted. The other one is in my Monster Hunter server that I have. But we don't really chat, you know? We chatted like once to catch up on how you doing and all that stuff. But we haven't spoken since. And then 2 of the study abroad people I don't really talk to anymore because them 2 we hung out as like a trio every day. I shit you not, every day. Because they would go to the library to study and do homework. And I would not do my homework, usually because I didn't have any. And I'd instead play Genshin Impact. That's what we do. Them 2 would go and study in the library. And I'd just play Genshin Impact. So that was my time in Scotland for the most part. I'd be with them every day. I'd be like, hey, do you want to go to the library and study? And be like, yeah, sure. Let me pack up my laptop. And I pack up my laptop, I grab my mouse, and I play Genshin Impact while they sit there and do their homework. Because one of them was a law student, like a criminal justice student. And then the other one was also going into game dev. So he always had homework. And then the criminal justice student always had a PowerPoint that she was reading through. But now I don't talk to either of them really. I talked to the game dev student one. Not recently, but more recently than the other one. Where we sort of caught up on life a little bit and talked about Monster Hunter. And then the final one, I actually do talk with them on occasion. We actually do speak. We have each other on Instagram and talk on WhatsApp usually. They're borrowing my Crunchyroll to watch One Piece because I know I've mentioned it before, but them and I, back when I was in Scotland, we started a bet to see who could catch up with One Piece first. Playing cards, yeah. I got 2 D's and a B+ in Scotland. I will proudly say that because on my transcript it's just pass fail, baby. No one knows that I got a D, 2 D's. No one needs to know. But Danny, good luck. Thank you. I'm chatting. No, you got what? Huh? Huh? Squizzy? But, yeah, also, Danny, if you want to give yourself a shout out, feel free. But, I do, hi, hello. But, oh my God. Danny, no, it was in the context of grades. It was in the context of grades. Okay, it was grades, I swear it was grades. When I was studying abroad in Scotland, I got 2 D's on my transcript and a B+, but they were all marked as pass-fail because of like transference and stuff. So no one knows that I got 2 D's. No one knows. Come on. No one needs to know. I mean, I do have 2 other D's, but Jesus. But, yeah. Listen. Okay, listen. I got worse than a D in one of the classes because when I was studying abroad in Scotland, I got, what was it? I got a D in my sports psychology course. I got a B+ in math, which was insane, by the way. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. No, the exam was at 4:30 in the morning. I woke up at 4 in the morning to take that math exam because it was at 4:30 in the morning for me because I was in the US trying to take an exam at 9:30 a.m. British time. Don't recommend it. But there was that. And then in my game development course, I don't remember what the name of it was. But in that one, I got a marginal fail. I got a fail. I failed it. I got a marginal fail, and so I had to retake the singular project that made up my entire grade. And I got a D. Because you can only get a D. But, I mean, I'll take it. But yeah, I remember being really pissy about that project. Because also, I was retaking it, during my midterms. So I had a bunch of midterm projects. Did I win the game? No, I wanted to yap, and so I stopped playing. Tuva's win. Yes, Tuva's win. Yeah, because here's the thing. I was planning on playing World of Warcraft today on stream, right? That was the plan. And then I said, I don't have the energy for World of Warcraft. I'm going to instead play Baba Is You, because that's a game where I don't really need to talk much and it's just a lot of brain. Right? Oh my god, what is all this? I'm a senator? No. God, no. Sky, hello. Great, thank you. But there was that. Where was I? And then I was like, now I want to yap again, so I stopped. That was the gist of what happened, right? Also, I don't think I've done a just chatting stream since I started VTubing. I don't think I've done a just chatting stream since then. So it's been well over a year since I last did a just chatting stream. So hi, hello. But yeah. Anyways, back to that friend thing. That friend and I, she uses my Crunchyroll, but I use theirs in the beginning to see who can catch up on One Piece first. They're actually back to watching now, and they recently passed episode 100. I'm at episode 550. No, I don't blame you, Danny, don't worry. But yes, it's when I started cursing that Baba became just chatting. Because then I was talking about how British people swear and use cunt and prick and shit and ass and tits. That's when that happened, right? Because it's like when cats grow up around dogs, you know, or when dogs grow up around cats and they sort of develop a bit of the behaviors of the other species, you know? It's like that, if that makes any sense at all, right? If that makes any sense, that's sort of what happened was me, the cat, was socialized around dogs. Like, I grew up around dogs, and so then I just developed mannerisms of dogs. Does that make sense? Like, at all? I hope that makes sense. Also, I'm noticing that, like, me sitting normally is having my VTuber look at a slight angle. Like, that fixed it. There you go. Unusual dogs now? No. Also, do you enjoy the British 70p emo? I forgot about that, honestly. I forgot about that emote. But, no. So y'all are crazy. Y'all are weird. Actually, that emote. I will say, I don't want to say it was culture shock, but it was culture shock seeing the sheer number of men who had the haircut in that emote. Like, the sheer number of men who had that fuck-ass haircut. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I don't know why they do it. But there were so many of them. There were so many. What? Twinkle! Twinkie Twinkle! Hi! I'm talking about how weird British people are, but like not in a derogatory way, just in a y'all are weird way. But hi, let me make sure I shout you out. Hold on, / shout out Twinkie Winky. Yeah, I was talking about it because I have a 70 emote called British. I'll put it in chat real quick. if I can type, hold on. That one. And I was talking about how, when I studied abroad, there were so many British guys who had that fuck-ass haircut. And it doesn't look good. Like, that's not a flattering haircut. But every guy had it for no apparent reason. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why did so many British people have that haircut? It's not a good haircut. It's not. It's really not. But exactly. Like, they're not real. There was one night I was out like socially drinking with my friends, right? And we're walking, I think, to the Macca's that was nearby. And yeah, I know it is oof, but the longer makes it good, okay? The longer is fine. When it's that short, it just looks bad. It looks like microbangs. Hi, Kate. But like microbangs in the bad way, because I love a good microbang. I love the goth subculture. Like, I love all of it. And microbangs are huge there. I think it works. But with that kind of haircut, nah. I know you do oof. I know. But there's one day we were socially drinking, we were walking to Macca's. It must have been like midnight, 1 in the morning, something around there. And there was this group of 3 guys walking a good ways ahead of us. And just a spoiler warning real quick, just for bodily fluids. But is there a chance to move away or mute for a second if you don't want to hear it? But the 3 guys that were like a good ways in front of us, we just occasionally see them walking, and then the middle guy would just throw up at his feet as he was walking and just keep walking. Just keep walking. And my friend group didn't bat an eye. They're just like, yeah, don't step in it. Just keep walking. What? Huh? I'm sorry? What happened here? Maybe. But the way everyone was so casual around it, you know? Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like, it was still weird, you know? Like, it was, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm also not realizing that the 2 Twitch tabs that I was lurking on are now both my own stream, so I can close them. Actually, I should probably keep one open whenever I want to raid people. But, it was just weird how casual everyone was about people being piss drunk. Like, I remember when we got to the Macca's, my friend Rosie wanted to go to the bathroom, and then she just comes back, like not even a minute later, she's like, yeah, someone's throwing up in there, so I'll just wait until we get home. Just how casual everyone was about excessive drinking. Insane. Like, actually a little insane. Just a tiny bit. Just a touch, you know? Like, Jesus Christ. College student moment? Exactly. Like, it was insane. I was not prepared for it, because also, when I was in Scotland, that was the first time I ever really drank. I didn't drink before going to Scotland, which says something. Yeah, Baron, I get that. Though, what I do also find funny, I don't know how else to describe this, but when I was in the UK, it could also just be my medications that I was on, but when I was in the UK, my tolerance was higher. At least you're from Wisconsin. God, real oof. But, my tolerance was higher when I was in Scotland. I don't know how else to describe that. Because, this one that I'm actually talking about, I remember I had a vodka cranberry. Just a normal one. I started ordering double shots after I got back. But a regular vodka cranberry. I think I actually had 2. I think I had 2 vodka cranberries. I had a glass of Venom. And then when we got back from the bar, I also had a shot of sours, which, my God, I miss sours. That shit was good. It was like soju in terms of its concentration, but you generally just shot it. But there was one girl, I don't remember her name, but there was one girl who would buy a thing of sours, right? And it'd be like, I don't know, fucking like a 2-liter thing. And she'd just put a straw in it and drink it. And she'd finish it by the end of the night. Ultimately, so it's better known for its history. Is it hers beautiful? Oh, Ybor City, like, I don't, okay. But yeah, I was not in Edinburgh. I was in a really, in Tampa, gotcha. Yeah, I have no clue what that city is. I've never heard of it. But I was not in Edinburgh, because I know you mentioned that earlier. I was instead in a really shitty town about an hour north of Edinburgh. Not fun. Not fun. I'm actually wearing this sweatshirt from the uni that I went to. Yeah, Sours was so good. I loved it. It was so good. But yeah, I'm actually ironically wearing the sweatshirt from when I studied abroad. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm wearing the sweatshirt, which it's starting to fall apart, this sweatshirt. But I am certainly wearing it. And so, I like it because it has the little thumb holes, and also the pocket has a secondary pocket inside it. It's got double pockets. Teehee. Come to visit? I haven't been to Tampa. I've been to St. Augustine twice. No, I'm not wearing a tactical vest. I'm sorry. I know I'm lying to you. A VTuber lying about their physical appearance? Never. Never. But yeah. I've been to St. Augustine about twice. Wait, is Busch Gardens in Tampa? I think the Busch Gardens in Florida, the one I went to, was in Tampa. So in that sense, yes, I've been to Tampa. Because I went there for my 9th grade birthday party. Not party, but 9th grade birthday. So when I was turning 15, I went to the Busch Gardens. And I remember it being cold, and so I got a sweatshirt. And also I remember being very disappointed because all the rides, Merp, yo, what's up, Merp? But I just remember being disappointed at Busch Gardens Tampa because all the rides were just reskinned versions of the ones that were near me. Merp, thank you for the follow. How are you not following me before? SMH. But I just remember, like, being upset because it's just a reskinned version of like the ones that are around here. Are you streaming much, I guess? Fair. Yeah, that one. I was trying not to say weird, but that one. But yeah, it was cold in the sense that it had just rained and it was windy. Like, it was raining while we were there and windy. In that sense, it was cold. Like, because there was water on me and there was wind blowing, it felt very cold. So now I just sort of don't give a fuck about rain. Because of where I went to college. Because where I went to college was extremely rainy. In fact, more rainy than Seattle, statistically speaking. Oh no, you're fine, Merp. Don't worry. But, it's fine. It's not, like, super near me. It's a couple hours out. But, where I went to college was extremely rainy. But it never rained hard. It just sort of casually rained, you know? It just casually rained. And so no one used umbrellas. No one fucking used umbrellas. It's gonna jump to 70? Gross. Mark's older? Regardless, they were still reskinned versions of the one that I grew up with, so needless to say, I was disappointed. Been to Colonial Williamsburg? No. I've not actually. When, I will say, a lot of the little kids here in elementary school, just because of the area that we grew up in, it's like tradition basically to take a field trip to Jamestown. Almost every elementary school does it, the trip to Jamestown. Though I've started hearing that some are doing Williamsburg instead of Jamestown. But we did Jamestown. It was 4th grade. So I was like 9 or 10. I don't remember how old I was. But we went to Jamestown. So that was, There's a Brit in the US. I mean, I haven't been to Jamestown since. That was my one trip. But, yeah. Here's the thing. I like touring cities, but not as a tourist, if that makes any sense. I tried to explain it to my parents and they did not understand at all. But the best way I can describe it, right? The best way I can describe it is I want to get lost in a foreign city, but in the positive sense, where it's like I can just turn on my GPS and walk back to my hotel whenever I want, right? I want to get lost in that sense, where I'm just wandering streets, seeing what's around, acting like a local. Which I think is why Scotland was more tolerable than it could have been, which is still saying something, because Scotland was fucking miserable. But I think it was more tolerable because I wasn't there as a tourist. I was there to live there. And so I was a local. I got to do the things that locals did. And that made it a lot nicer. Like, I remember my last day in Scotland, I had to go back to Edinburgh to catch my flight. And I just remember being miserable in Edinburgh, probably because I was like at wit's end. But also because I couldn't be a local. I'd brought my stuff to the hostel I was staying. I was like within walking distance of the castle that's right there. Yes, it's pronounced Edinburgh. Yes. It's not Edinburgh, it's Edinburgh. But, bruh, that's what I'm saying. But I couldn't even go into like the castle that's right there because you needed to have pre-bought tickets. You couldn't buy tickets at the door. So I was just kind of bored. Like, when I was in Scotland, I also visited Glasgow and Perth in the opposite order, but I visited both. And I remember loving Perth. Like, I loved Perth specifically because I had no set plan as to what the fuck I was going to do. We got off the bus, ate at some fucking chippy down the road, and then wandered. We were like, oh, hey, there's a cool church. Let's go wander around in there. Like, historic church, to be clear, not like a just general church. We're like, oh, hey, there's a church. Let's go walk around. And so we did that. There's a little bit of a cemetery. I love wandering cemeteries. I love it. Especially in Scottish weather. That sounds bad, but Scottish weather makes wandering around in graves in cemeteries so much more fun. Because I like to see everyone there, like pay respects to them and try to like think about their life story, like how they got there, things like that. And just rainy, shitty weather makes it better. It makes it better. I don't know how to describe it. But I loved Perth so much. Also, I did not really like Glasgow, which was a more touristy place, but I did not like it. Like, I remember just not finding much that was enjoyable to go wander around in. That's what I'm saying. Like, there was, where I went to uni in Scotland, I went to Dundee. In like the smack dab, in the smack of the middle of the dab. Right, where I was studying, like right in the middle of town, there was a public, like open to walk around in cemetery, and like old cemetery, like they were all 1800s. Boosty place? Yeah. It's also kind of shit to live in. But I went there and I just loved walking around in that cemetery. I loved it. It felt so peaceful and calming and like a break from everything. Which, again, sounds weird, but I loved it so much. It was honestly so nice, just being in the cemetery. Yeah, didn't really like Glasgow. Perth was a lot of fun. I loved Perth. And I went on vacation to LA this past summer. And I say specifically LA, but it's also sort of the greater LA area. We went around all places. Right, so let me tell you some maths too. I want to go to Salem. I want to go to Salem, Massachusetts so badly. So badly. I want to go to Salem and Boston. But both of them. I want to go to both. And it's LA. I remember fighting with my parents on how I just wanted to get lost in a city, and they weren't understanding that because my mom had this like very detailed itinerary of what we're gonna do every hour of every day, and I was not enjoying that. Like we were doing like a hike to the Hollywood sign, and I was just like, this is tourist shit. Like I don't like this. I can see the Hollywood sign as we're walking down the road if I wanted to do that. Just not having fun. Which also, I'm disabled, and they were like, come on, keep up. Not fun. Not fun. When I'm like feeling like I'm going to pass out and they're like, you're just keep going, you're a little bit further. It's like, no. But there was one point in time where my parents sort of rescinded fine because this was a vacation for me to celebrate graduating uni. You're like, fine, we'll ask a local where to get food and we'll go there. It was the best food of the entire trip. The best food of the entire trip was just asking the local, hey, where should we go? Best thing. It's almost as if what I say has some merit to it, you know? It's almost as if that's how it works. But, was it Mexican food? No. It was, Chinese food. So the Mexican food was also really bomb. My area my mom's parents are both from, and it was cool reading the history there and seeing graves. Okay, from as a priest. Gotcha. Yeah, exactly right. Person from area knows area. Like it was so nice. And apparently it was like a really popular place. Like there were like portraits of a bunch of famous people that had been there and they like signed them and things like that. And I was like, man, we didn't get in the booth for the guy that I wanted. But also he didn't know that. And he was like happy that he actually listened to me for once. But honestly, my favorite part of that entire trip to LA was we were staying in historic Santa Monica, and I just found solace in walking on my own down Main Street and just wandering, seeing what shops were there, walking in if I felt like walking in. Because I was looking for a cafe specifically. That's what I'm saying, Baron. Oh, damn, oof. My great-grandpa died, I think 5 years before I was born, but he was in his, like, 80s. He had a stroke. But, it's finding a cafe, and I did find a really nice cafe. I love that cafe. And it was really nice being able to do something on my own. Like, it was that, and walking with my sister down... It was like a promenade. I don't remember what it was. It was a promenade. And just walking with her, and we didn't even stop in most of the shops. We also stopped in very few shops. But just walking down the street. We walked for like 2+ miles, which is a lot for me. But it was nice. That's honestly my favorite part of the trip. Because the rest was all like tourist stuff, you know? Like, oh, we hiked to the Hollywood sign. Oh, we did a tour of Universal Studios. Like, we didn't go to the amusement park. We just did a tour of... No, it was Warner Brothers. We did a tour of Warner Brothers Studio. Oh, we did the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Oh, we went to Beverly Hills. I did not know there was a Beverly Hills sign until I was at the Beverly Hills sign. My family looked at me like I was crazy. Like, genuinely, they looked at me like I was crazy. And I was just like, huh? Like, why is this something that I would know? But they looked at me as crazy. And it was a tiny ass sign too. Why would I know about it? I just knew that Beverly Hills was like the frou rich area. We did that. We did one that was sort of by my request, which is like we asked the local what to do and they're like, oh, go to the tar pits. The tar pits were actually really nice. I liked the tar pits because it was also like fossils and things. Yeah, it was small and I didn't like it. I'm not saying that small is bad for those of you that are insecure out there, but it was small. Anyways, didn't like it. I liked the tar pits a lot. Yeah, La Brea. It was a lot of fun. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the tar pits. And then also this music, I love this music. I know exactly where it's from. It's from the Animal Crossing New Leaf soundtrack. It's when you go to the island. It's great. But that was fun. So also there was like a recommendation from a local who was like running one of the shops that my sister and I stopped in. But I just did not enjoy it. Which also, we went to Joshua Tree, which I think was by far my least favorite part of the trip, right? Because like if it was just like us driving through it, like how we do, like how you would do like Skyline Drive in Virginia, I'd love it. If that was it, I would love it. But my parents wanted to hike. They were planning out like 2+ mile hikes, right? And I'm already sunburnt. This is towards the end of our trip. And sunburned simply on the backs of my calves. And we didn't realize that Joshua Tree was on a massive plateau. So we're pretty high in elevation, and me, who has a lot of trouble with cardio. Bear on the top of the tree? Yeah, you see a lot of bears. There was one time when doing a hike down Skyline Drive, we saw a bear, is a mama bear with her 2 cubs, and so we made sure to keep our distance. But I didn't like Joshua Tree because it was sunburned. So walking around hurt because there was no shade, and so the sun was constantly beating down on my burns. So even if I was wearing sunscreen, it hurt. And then because of the elevation, it made my pre-existing issues physically so much worse. Because now I'm at a high elevation where it's harder to get air. And it was just not good. It was not fun at all. And so what I ended up doing while my parents wandered around, not my parents, but like my entire rest of my family, was able to do hikes around Joshua Tree because I put my foot down and said, no, I'm not doing them. Because it hurt. And I was like getting really lightheaded because of the heat mixed with the low oxygen. So what they did instead was they left me in the car, with the car off. But I had a door open so that I wasn't getting hotboxed because it was a black car. I felt like a baby trapped in a car. I was the baby in the car, but yeah, they just left me in the car. And sure, I did like sweat a good amount in the car and it got like really hot, but it wasn't as bad as if I was standing outside. I had to just sit in the car, and I had downloaded a bunch of episodes of One Piece while I was there, so I just watched One Piece while they wandered around. Yeah, no, I didn't have a water bottle, and the AC was not in fact on. Like that was worse than the time I was on vacation in Colorado. Not Colorado, I don't say Colorado, Colorado. But we were taking whatever highway is down into Denver to the airport. Yes, exactly, Magalore, you get it. Magalore, I just put down the water bottle, but I will hydrate again. But it was worse. I-5? Yeah, that one. Because we were going from sort of south by Utah up into Denver. So we were doing that, and it started pouring snow. Like it was blizzarding while we were on the I-5, but in like the mountainous stretch. And so no one was able to move because it was snowing hard. And we were in a rental car, and the rental car did not have chains. And so it was just, we were stuck in the car for a lot longer than we anticipated. What's the Grand Canyon too? I haven't been to the Grand Canyon. I think it was Zion that we went to, and not Bryce. I think we went to Zion in Utah. Because we went to, what was the trip? We did Crested Butte. That's where we went. We went to Crested Butte, and then out to my family's ranch in Colorado, which was down towards Utah, which is why you could go to the national park. It was much cooler. Gotcha. My father's diapers for his birthday. That is honestly really funny. That is funny. I remember, my mom's older than my dad by a few years, but I remember on my mom's 50th birthday, I went to my mom and was like, congrats, mom, you're officially half a century old. And she got mad. She got mad. It's about much for Endo Crazy Horse. I have not been to the Midwest. I should take that back. I've been to Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. And I don't want to go back to the Midwest. So, yes, I've been. Also, it's gonna do the, yeah, it said the video pause, you still watching bullshit. But, yeah, I went to Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan, and I don't want to go back to the Midwest. South Dakota is the Midwest, excuse you. South Dakota is absolutely in the Midwest. West? Nah. Here's the thing. I love empty. I love a good empty. I don't like a spaced out empty. I love New England. It's a whole lot of empty, but there are closer clusters than the Midwest. Like, it is so spaced out. Barrett, it's the Midwest. Okay? It's Midwest. It's in the big vast of nothingness. That's the Midwest. Like, Montana's not Midwest, but North and South Dakota are. But yeah, I went to Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan for touring universities before I graduated high school. We went to Illinois because we were gonna do a side trip to Chicago. Probably because we had family that lived out in Chicago. Which, I have a funny story that I can't tell on stream because it would dox my not my location, but like me as a person. But Kansas isn't, South Dakota isn't, North Dakota isn't. I agree that Kansas is not Midwest, it's Tornado Alley. Is it Alley or Valley? Tornado Alley, which is different. But South Dakota is definitely the Midwest. Like, I'd argue Tornado Alley is Tornado Alley. That is separate. So, what is it? Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas, I think, are the ones that are right there. Maybe even like a little bit of Texas, but I'm not gonna count Texas in there because Texas is just fucking Texas. But those ones are Tornado Alley, and then east of that is Midwest. I don't know how else to describe it, but east of Tornado Alley is Midwest. Yes, exactly, Merv. Texas and Florida are their own beings. You don't categorize Texas. Texas will categorize you. And not in a good way. Is it Midwest? No. I meant Mississippi is South. It's the South. It's the Bible Belt. It has its overarching category. It's Bible Belt. like, Bible Belt is its own beast. You know, it's its own beast. I don't know how else to describe it besides it's a beast, Bible Belt. Because Bible Belt is insane, and I never want to go there again. But yeah, I went to Chicago to see family, and then I went to Indiana to tour Purdue, and also to see some of my parents' friends. And then we went to West Lafayette to visit Michigan State. And oh my god, I hated Michigan State. I hated Michigan State. It was so bad. Yeah, Baron, that sounds exactly right. Is it East Lansing? Oh, West Lafayette's Purdue, my bad. West Lafayette's Purdue, East Lansing is Michigan State. Apologies, I was still on the Purdue train. East Lansing, yes, you are correct. My apologies. East Lansing is Michigan State, West Lafayette is Purdue. But yeah, I've been to the Bible Belt. Also, I've been to Florida. But I took a day trip to Georgia once, specifically Savannah. You know, like it was fine. We did like a tour, but then we left. So it wasn't that bad. It could have been a lot worse. You know, it could have been a lot worse. But it's still, I don't want to go back. My girlfriend though, she's planning on going to grad school, and we're going to move in together when she goes to grad school. That's definitively the plan. And I was like, God, I could not do the Midwest. It is so much empty nothing. But it's spaced out nothing. That's actually how I described it. I described it as spaced out nothing. Merp, that sounds correct. But I was like, the Midwest is spaced out nothing, and New England is close together nothing. I don't know how else to describe it. Yes, exactly, Magnus. Exactly. That is exactly what it is. Like, the couple cities that are in the Midwest are like at least an 8-hour drive apart. In New England, 4 hours tops. 4 tops. So, big difference. Didn't like Philly? I have only been to Philly once, and I know I've told this story before, but it's why I hate New Jersey, right? It's the reason I hate New Jersey. There was one day, Philly the person is cool. Philadelphia, I can't really say. Did I have an actual Philly cheesesteak? No. It's also at this point in time, I did not eat beef or pork. So, was it pulled pork that's on a Philly cheesesteak? No, it's steak. Regardless, I can't have it. But, this is while I was in college. Right after coming back from Scotland, actually, full circle moment, I needed to pick up my cat from where I went to college. And so I had to drive out there, which also was my first time doing a drive that was longer than an hour. And the drive took, I think, 10.5 hours. But on the way there, I needed to stop for gas, obviously. So I stopped in New York to get gas. But me being extremely stressed, like extremely, extremely stressed about this drive and not having a good time. Like, I did not eat before this drive. I forgot my wallet on top of my car and drove off in the classic ADHD fashion. And I realized less than 5 minutes after I got on the road, but I was thoroughly down 87. There was no getting that thing back. And so I had to call, I like pulled over, called my mom, was like, I forgot the wallet on top of the car. It is most certainly gone now. And there was no getting it back. And she's like, you have my Apple Pay on your phone. You can just get gas with that. Most places take it. You'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. And I get to Vermont just fine. But on my way back from Vermont, right? On my way back, I got to Jersey and I was like, oh, I should stop for gas. I've got like 50 miles left in the tank. And so I go to like the Sunoco that's right off the New Jersey Turnpike or something like that. For those unaware, I'm gonna grab my mic for dramatic effect. For those unaware,
you cannot pump your own gas in New Jersey. You have to have a worker pump it for you, and therefore they do not take Apple Pay. The entire state of New Jersey does not take Apple Pay for your gas.
So, with that being said, I am promptly freaking the fuck out about getting my gas. Because I cannot get it anywhere. And so I am like, fuck, I have like 15 miles left in my tank. And I'm almost out of gas. And I'm like borderline in tears, calling my mom, being like, I don't know what to do. She's like, pull out your map. Tell me what town you're in. And it was like some random ass town off the turnpike. And she's like, you are a 15-minute drive from New Jersey. Not from New Jersey, from Philadelphia. Just please, for the love of God, go to Philadelphia. So I drove into Philadelphia for the sole purpose of getting gas. I did make it. My mom was like, I don't care how it takes you home, either if it's down 95 or down the turnpike. I don't care, just go. And I was like, okay. It's also, I got on the road like a bit before 6:30 that morning. And by this point in time, it's like 2 o'clock, I think. But I do that. But then also because I had to take that detour, which took like an hour. By the way, it took me an hour to find gas. I was hitting Baltimore during rush hour on a Friday. And I got stuck in Baltimore traffic for 3 hours. 3 hours at Baltimore. It wasn't fun. Like, I went to a concert in Baltimore back in September. It was the exact same thing. It was the exact same thing. I was stuck in traffic going down 95 for 3+ hours. In Baltimore, on a good day, should take an hour and a half. But it was taking 3-4 hours. I think that concert, it generally did take me 3.5 hours to get there. But yeah, it took me from hitting Baltimore to home, it took about 4 hours. And so that drive totaled either 11.5 or 12 hours. As I left like a bit before 6:30 and I was getting home at like 6 o'clock. I was not happy. I also did not eat that day either, and also did not sleep that day either because I was so stressed about the drive. So I was doing a 12-hour drive on no sleep and no food. Was rocket launch traffic is awful. This wasn't even like a rocket launch day. It was just a Friday. A random Friday in December. Random Friday. It must have been like, honestly, around now in December. It was insane though, and incredibly stressful. I'm sure I could check something to try and see what date it was. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but it was not at all fun. But that was my only time in Philadelphia. That's my only time visiting a city. You see Baltimore? Oh, I'm well aware, Baron. I'm well aware. But yeah. It was just, I've been to Pennsylvania more than that though. Like I went skiing in Pennsylvania growing up. But I also went to Gettysburg at one point, which I think is also in Pennsylvania. Don't quote me on that. I think it is though. But that's all I've got. It is, thank God. But yeah, 95 was really only bad around Baltimore. It's also why I get on the road so soon, was just to avoid it. Because driving to where I was at college, once you were on the turnpike, albeit the turnpike stressful, that's solely because of the number of cars there. You're never at a standstill, really. At least when I was driving, you never were. Also empty. Yeah, but like, once you were in Jersey, it was pretty smooth sailing, especially once you're on Garden State Parkway. It was smooth sailing. Like, I enjoyed the stretch of New York north, like once you hit New York and northern, it's all really scenic and pretty, and I love it. Like when I graduated and I had to drive back with my cat, I got to take my roommate, not my roommate, my brother with me. Broof was in the car. But I intentionally, very intentionally, because it was my car and I got to make the rules, I drove until you hit New Jersey. Because we'd always stop for gas. Apparently it's a family rule that you stop for gas just before entering New Jersey. Like the last rest stop in New York before you hit Jersey, that's where you get gas. Or I guess if you're heading north, you stop at the first rest station in New York. Regardless, same area. And so, right there, we swapped drivers. My brother got in the driver's seat, I sat in the passenger seat. Which, that day that I was driving up, by the way, driving, I guess, down to the south. But I had to deal with torrential rain. Like, I could barely see rain. And my brother, and also I was doing the longer half of the ride. My part of the ride was 5 hours, his was more like 4. But we got stuck in traffic in Jersey, and so he was driving for longer than me because traffic. But we got home and it's all fine and nothing's wrong. You have cash. Jersey is cheaper than New York. You can pay cash, but like I never had cash. I have cash now because I work in a tip-based job. But yeah. Which also, I had to pay cash today for a couple things. Like I had to get a new litter box and some litter for my cat, which totaled I think $43 running up. And I had that in cash, thank God. But I had to take my cat to the vet today, right? Because she's been peeing outside of her litter box. Miss Gnocchi. I love her to death. There's a Gnocchi pet emote somewhere if you want to try and find it. But Miss Gnocchi here. She's been peeing outside the litter box. I genuinely think it's stressed. But the vet was like, we're gonna do a urine and like stool sample, blood sample, just to make sure it's nothing like physically wrong. Yeah, that's the one. The photo of Gnocchi is very old. It's from 2021. But regardless, the vet was like, we're gonna do samples just to make sure there's nothing physically wrong with her, and it is actually just behavioral. And because I got those tests done, her vet bill was $300. $300. And I'm strapped for cash right now. I'm pretty strapped for cash. Because A, it's the holidays. And B, I have a loan to pay off. And C, I had to cut back to part-time work. I had to cut my hours from full-time to part-time because my back injury... No, not that kind of strapped. Barry, not that kind of strapped. But, I had to cut back on my hours because my back injury has honestly been getting worse. And so to try and give my back time to heal, I've cut back on my hours because I don't want my back to be this bad. Like, even after bringing the litter in today, my back was killing me. It's still bothering me now, so I've like really not moved in my chair, which also this is not a comfortable chair. It is just wood. No cushion, just wood. Just wood. So, that's that. Which honestly, speaking of, I might end stream. Good segue. I might end stream just for the sake of moving to somewhere more comfortable, like my bed. Like, getting off this wooden block. Like, I'm probably gonna end up doing that. Sure, I think that's gonna be the plan. So, thank you for stream. You're welcome. I have a streamer that I want to raid. I've been like catching their streams a bunch. I honestly love their streams. They're super chill. Like they're chill, not in like the slow burner, but in like it's fun way, you know? And it started 8 minutes ago, so it's perfect timing. So we're gonna raid Nixie. Nixie's super chill. They do owe me a sketch, but I'm not worried about it. I think they've honestly forgotten, and I don't care. So it'll be fine. But yeah, that's gonna be the plan. So I do thank you. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun, and also thank you again to Danny and Twinkie, Twinkle Wunkle, for the raids. It was much appreciated. Fish, maybe Neil. I need to stretch my back first, because I've also been neglecting the stretches because I forget to do them. I will stretch my back and then get back to you, okay? I will get back to you once I do some stretches. Thank you, Baron. Yay! The Dakotas of the Midwest. Yay! But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time I stream. Bye bye. Bye. Bye 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 bye.